I'm starting to realize that we don't actually want to be successful. You know, the things that come with success looks good. You know, the end goal looks good, the end result looks good, living that life looks good, but we don't actually want to be successful. We just like the idea of it. You know, it's comfortable thinking about it. It's comfortable dreaming about it. That's why dreaming is free. You know, it's comfortable. Um, just living in your head and working towards success, or thinking you're working towards success in your head. But when it's actually time to put in the work and work toward that success, we don't want it because it doesn't feel like how we thought it would feel in our head, you know. So I genuinely believe that the idea of success feels better than actually chasing it. Um, and I think that's why a lot of people give up on their goal and their dream and their vision, because in when they start and then it starts to get a lot and it starts to feel like a lot, that's not what they were expecting. You know, they were expecting a smooth ride, a comfortable start to finish, a linear process. You know, they were expecting everything to go right. They were expecting to blow up from the start, or having it work from the start, or being successful from the start. And really and truly, success is what it success is what it says it is. It's just our perception of it before we actually started, or because we see people, um, you know, being successful and having success without seeing how they got there or what they had to do to get it. Our perception then becomes, okay, if they can do it and it's like this for them, it's gonna be like this for me. But that's not how, you know, pursuing success or pursuing a goal works. You know, you have to actually like it's a process, it's like a structure. You know, you have to start. You have to be brave enough to start, and you have to be resilient enough to not stop. You know what I mean? So, um, yeah, I think you don't really want success. You just like the idea of it. It just looks cool. It feels cool, but really and truly, success is embarrassing. It's not cool. It's lonely. It's draining, and it tests you and breaks you all sorts of ways before it ever gives you what you want, and blesses you with what you want. You know, that's how success works. Um, I know this Nipsey Hussle lyric. It goes like stay down, the game tests you. If you pass it, they can't catch you and it's permanent. Um ba- Basically you were saying like you have to stay down and the game is always gonna test you and you can't fold, you know. If you pass it, they can't catch you and it's permanent. That means like once you become resilient enough and you get that one win, you keep going and it's up from there. But you have to continue to push through until you get to that point. So yeah, when I think of success, even for me, starting with this content creation, I think this is not how I thought it was supposed to be. You know, in my head, I thought it was gonna be a simple, smooth. You know, all I gotta do is put in the work and it's alright. Like, which is true to an extent. All you do have to do is put in the work, but it comes with so much more. Um, Mentally, you know, like being resilient. How do you react when you start and it's not working? How do you react when you've tried over and over and over again and you showed up over and over and over again and it's still not working? How do you react when you show up on days when everything is telling you to quit? How do you react when you're putting in work and nothing and it seems impossible? It seems so far away. How do you react? You know, nobody ever tells you that success is not what it looks like on the internet. It's long nights, late nights, early mornings. It's showing up when it's showing up when you don't feel like it. It's pushing through when you want to give up. It's giving up and trying again. It's being isolated. Just it's just battling with your mind every single day. Um, and yeah, so when I think of success, I think people really don't want to be successful. They just like the idea of how it looks and how it sounds. And they just like how the end goal looks, you know. But when it comes to actually doing it and walking that path, that's why a lot of people quit. That's why a lot of people give up, because this is not what it looks like in their head. It's not. But that's just the process of success. You ask any great person who ever became successful, they'll tell you like in their head they thought it would have been easy, but when they actually did it, they realized it required more of them than they ever thought. It stretched them in ways they didn't even think was possible. It broke them down. It broke down the version of them that can't be successful, basically. And it's like that's what comes with it. That's how success works. It tests you, and if you pass, if you don't fold, if you keep going, they bless you. Like all you have to do is keep going, even when it's not working, even when it looks impossible, even when it seems out of reach. Like that's all you have to do, and understand that this is what it's supposed to feel like. If it's challenging, if it's impossible, if it's difficult, anything worthwhile is always gonna feel like that. But because we have this made up perception in our head that it's gonna be easy, that because so and so who's already successful it took them 2 months or it took them 1 year. Everybody's journey different. And I think that's another dangerous thing with social media, that people will tell you, oh, chase your dream, go be successful, but you kind of like, they don't tell you that everybody's journey is different. It's not gonna happen in 1 year for everybody. It's not gonna happen in 6 months for everybody. Some people have to take the slow grind, and some people kind of like go on and off with what they're trying to achieve. They don't like fully commit to it, which is why it takes them longer. I feel like people who achieve and be successful in like a short period of time, I feel like it's because they're genuinely committed to the process. Like they genuinely went all in and they stayed in it, even when even when it got rough. So everybody's journey is different, and this is what it's supposed to feel like when it comes to being successful and when it comes to pursuing something worthwhile, a goal, a vision, a dream. And this is what it's supposed to be. This is how it's supposed to be, and that's the best part about it. That this is the journey, and it was never gonna be easy because the rewards are worth it. And if something is worth it, then you have to kind of work towards it. It has to be a challenge for you to deem that reward as worth it. You know what I mean? If it was easy and you got the thing, it wouldn't be worth it because you didn't put in anything to get there. You didn't sacrifice anything to get there. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, I just think you don't want to be successful. You just like the idea of it. And when it's time to put your money where your mouth is, and instead of just saying the goals that you have and the dreams that you have, when it comes to working towards it, that's why people give up. That's why they stop right before it would have started to work. But all you have to do is keep going. It's a marathon, you know, and it's an endurance game. It's survival of the fittest. Who keeps going when everything is telling them to quit? Who keeps going when it feels heavy, when it feels impossible? Who keeps going? But that's what the journey is. That's what success is. That's why it's only 1% of people who are doing it, who are living the life that they want to live, who are successful with what they want to do. That's why it's only a few people, because it's a it's a difficult game. It's a challenging game, and you know, once you start, you just have to. You can't stop. You have to keep going. You know, you have to, because it will happen. You even starting is an indication that it already exists, that you are already successful, that you already have the potential to be successful, and that it already exists in some other reality or form. It's already there. So you even starting and being brave enough to start shows that it's there, it's possible. So why throw that away and give up when you can't see it instantly, when it's not happening when you want it to happen? So yeah, I really just feel like a lot of people can relate to that. That you don't want to be great, you don't want to be successful, but you like the idea of it. You like the rewards that come with it, not the actual process, not the actual work, not the actual journey. And yeah, I feel like that's how it is. So yeah, that's just all I have.